Hello everyone and welcome to my new project DMC Definitive Edition for the PS4. Uh, this is I wanted to do a Devil May Cry from a long time ago. Since I kind of play games on the hardest difficulty and I have been kind of lazy with the channel, uh, I just wanted to do a good playthrough. So this is going to be on Gods Must Die, which is the new difficulty. Which, if you, it's a large changelog, but the most important thing is that enemies do 2.3, 2.5, excuse me, more damage than they did before. Basically, 2 or 3 shotting me if they hit me, which you're gonna see a lot of it. I also have the hardcore mode modifier on, which there are 3 things that are important with hardcore. Devil Trigger doesn't launch enemies in the air anymore. So when you activate Devil Trigger, you have to be careful where you are standing, because maybe you are accustomed to having Devil Trigger be like a safe spot, because all the enemies just go towards the air. Well, here you can die in Devil Trigger, because the enemies just keep on doing what they were doing, so it doesn't stop time. Second, the parrying frames are a lot more strict, and I think the dodges are stricter too, that ones. And you receive even more damage from enemies, and it's not specified how much, but you receive more damage. So, and I have turbo mode on, which gives me 20% more speed to a normal game. So this is really the hardest way to play the Devil May Cry DMC. So I'm using the skin of Classic Dante, which comes unlocked. I have to go through the game and unlock all the modes again, even if I already did that on PS3. I had to do it again on PS4, and I don't really understand why. I don't really understand why I can't have an option where I can just like upgrade my entire health and Devil Trigger bar without having to farm the fucking difficulties once again, but whatever. I kinda rushed through it, except on Dante Must Die, which is a little difficult. And let me tell you guys, this is nowhere near Dante Must Die. I mean, the enemies tank a lot of hits. They can triple launch, mainly with the Erics, but you will see that a lot. And they can still be manipulated with the camera, but having them have Devil Trigger since the beginning of the battle, which is the main thing with Gods Must Die difficulty, they always have Devil Trigger on. Really changes things. You see me throwing enemies. And one thing that I want to make clear, this is a guide for people that doesn't want to really spend so much time learning how to play this game, that they just want to like have a good maybe play it on Dante Must Die and not God Must Die, because see me do the things that I do in this guide will help you do the things easier in Dante Must Die actually. So the point of the walkthrough is going to be for you to watch me. What weapons do I use? What weapons do I prefer? What attacks do I prefer? How do I move in the battlefield? And more importantly, how do I dodge? And when do I dodge? So you can maybe have a lesser hard time with Dante Must Die, because Dante Must Die has a trophy, but this mode doesn't. So hardcore mode does have a trophy. If you pass any difficulty with hardcore mode on, you unlock it. And but Gods Must Die doesn't have a difficulty, so that doesn't have a difficult, doesn't have a trophy. So this is just for the old hardcore feeling of having beaten the game of the most difficult thing ever. And getting uh, this is getting a lot of reminiscent memories from me from Devil May Cry 3, which I think is the hardest game, one of the hardest games, and the hardest Devil May Cry for sure. On Dante Must Die, the game was simply incredible. I mean, it was just crazy, crazy hard, and enemies tanked everything like they do here. So this is giving me a lot of. This is really really hard, but it's really really fun. So yeah, I got hit by the chairs. You don't do that around the chairs. As you can see, the devil trigger doesn't launch the enemies, and I even got hit while activating it. Here is a good spot to launch the enemies. So yeah, other thing, this entire walkthrough will be only the fights, as you can see. I edited the cutscenes and I edited the traversal exploration stuff. Only fights, so it can be more interesting to watch, and maybe that's what you're looking for, right? How to pass a wave, how to pass a certain enemy wave. So it's going to be heavily edited only with the combat stuff, and the bosses will be in a separate video. Also for convenience, if you want to watch it later, or maybe want to watch it only want to watch the bosses, then you can do that. I hope you like the guide, guys. I haven't finished it yet, so I hope I can finish it. I only wonder what incredibly insane can be the final boss of this game on this difficulty, but whatever, we'll come to that when it comes. We're fighting a witch here. Always focus on the witch, always. If you have Devil Trigger, you see me not using it, but I recommend using it. I'm saving the Devil Trigger for the dogs, because the dogs are the ones that kill me most in this first chapter. There are gonna come two dogs, two Ravagers are called, I think. And if I'm not right about the names, I'm sorry guys, but Rages, that's right, Rages, Ravagers, no, Ravagers, Rages. There are two Rages, which are always double trigger, and you will see me here trying to find maybe a spot to take advantage of the level or something, but eventually I'm gonna give up and just say fuck it and go at it, and you'll see me how I kill them. And it's really important to, in this mode, as it is in Dante Must Die, to use the camera to your favor. When the camera is not pointing at the enemies, they get pacified, but the thing with the rages is that this doesn't really work. You will see now, look at that. It came right out to me. Look at this, right out to me. It wasn't pacified. So this kind of works. I find it that kind of works, and you will see now that I almost died here, because they just come at me and attack me. Let's see here. Watch my health. Almost dead. So I can get to the trigger. That's why I saved it. And now I'm going to kill them. That doesn't really work, doing the smash on the ground several times, because they use that attack that sends like spines through the air, and they can hit you in the air, and they can really one-shot you. So this works. For some reason, at this part, I'm going to kill one, and the other is going to go frenzy, When they scream, they should rotate in the screen, but as I'm moving the camera towards the corner, it's not doing it. So something is working at least. It's a little pacified. So I'm going to do this over and over again. And this is the most difficult part of this wave, so this is how you do it, guys. I hope you liked the video. The boss will be right after this, also with commentary. This entire walkthrough will be with commentary, and I want to welcome you to a new project, a new walkthrough, guys. So I hope you like it, and take care.